Good morning, fellow students, family, and faculty. Thank you all for being here. Redemption, a word we often associate with being saved in the next life. Even though at face value this is true, the meaning of redemption has evolved to mean to include something that can also happen, although imperfectly, in this life. Redemption in this life means finding the ways that God uses bad things in our lives and turns them into something good. I'd like to talk about 3 ways that I've witnessed this in my life. After my father left my family in the year 2017, I often blamed myself for his departure. These feelings of anger, sadness, confusion, and shame were constant for me throughout my early teenage years. Even though these are negative feelings, I found that in the absence of my father, new roles and responsibilities thrust upon me. Whether it was taking on more of an emotional supporting role for my siblings, or having new chores and dealing with stuff breaking into the house, I use this as a way to grow as a person. Through these experiences, I became close to my family. Even though this is a negative event, I found God working in my life, making this experience even better and something to grow from. A few months later, while still living in Mexico, my family experienced an invasion. After this event, I experienced many feelings of anxiety, violation, and distrust. This event truly shaped the way I felt about my own safety, my own home, and the people I could trust. I found myself finding it difficult to trust people, even though no one was really out there to hurt me. This experience instilled in me the idea that life could go within a second. This frightful yet beautiful reality gave me a strong desire to grow and improve my relationship with God. Additionally, through this experience, I gained chances to be there for other people, especially my family. It gave me an opportunity to love my family to the best of my ability. This hardship enabled me to raise a better son, brother, and Catholic. These 2 negative experiences are things that I'm grateful that got put into my life. I truly don't believe I would become the same person that I am today without them. Immediately after the home invasion, I moved to the United States. This sudden change of culture was intense. Going from one day at school to the next in a whole new country was a massive change. It took a toll on both emotional and social aspects of my life. Not being able to say goodbye to any of my friends and never talk to them again is something I just had to get past. I found it very difficult to adjust to the new culture. As every person who's ever moved countries in their life would agree with, the people are the biggest change. The people in the United States were nothing like what I was used to in Mexico. This made it difficult to make friends and meaningful connections, especially when I originally came to the islands. Through time in the United States, I became accustomed to the changes. Through this negative experience, I gained the skill of being an adapter. This is probably going to be the most drastic and sudden change I'll experience in my life, so I believe it probably prepares me for potential changes in the future, such as moving cities or going to college. Whether it was reaching out for help or reaching out to help others, I use these experiences as opportunities to grow. A key moment in my life is when I discovered the fulfillment that comes from serving others in my community. I realized that by focusing on helping those around me, I could overcome my own challenges and therefore grow in the process. Whether it was organizing events or going on mission trips, I found that serving others gave me a sense of purpose and allowed me to concentrate on the positive outcomes rather than my own personal struggles. This shift in mindset became a key foundation in my life and motivated me to continue making meaningful impacts on the people around me. Throughout my life, I experienced hardship and change. Though these experiences may not have always been enjoyable, they still molded me into the person I am today. Through these hardships, I've grown and changed. Overall, one of the most important lessons I learned was that life without suffering and hardship would be pointless. These struggles give life a purpose. Having a reason to suffer and grow from is something that I'll always be grateful for. Finally, I'd like to thank a few people who have helped shape me into the person I am today. First off, I'd like to thank the class of 2025 for making my high school experience as good as it could be. I'd specifically like to thank Christian, Alphon, Santi, Michael, Eddie, and Miguel. I'm grateful to Mr. Simon for his mentorship and for helping me become the man that I am today. I'd also like to thank Gretchen for being my best friend and for always being there for me. I want to thank my siblings, Alex, Ellie, and Johnny, because my life would be very boring without them. I'd also like to thank my mom for being there for me, no matter what I was going through, and for teaching me the true unconditional love is. Finally, I'd like to thank God for his countless blessings and teaching me this important lesson in my life. Pain and hardship are an inevitable part of life. It will happen. It's all up to how you react. Will you allow yourself to crush and suffer from it, or will you grow from it? As it says in a quote inspired by St. Paul's words in Romans, the pain of what you're feeling is nothing compared to the joy that is coming. Thank you.